Now everybody on the boat, just put your hands up, straight up. Just do it real quick. Go ahead, put your hands up. You feel that wind? It's gonna dry out your armpits. Go ahead and just air that out. There you go. Feeling comfortable now. On your left is La Vista. La Vista means little village. It's an artisan community established by Spanish soldiers and their families in the early 1700s, later by German settlers and their families in the 1850s. And right here is the Arneson River Theater. It's an open-air theater that seats 800 and hosts a variety of shows.
I don't know how many of you have babies. I know all of you have babies up there, right? Yes. I don't know how many of you back up here have babies, but there was a baby named Moses. And you probably know the story. You have very many times.
Now that is the Arneson River Theater, and they filmed the movie Miss Congeniality right there on the stage. It's just really hard for us to get Sandra Bullock to come back every weekend, so we just have like random people going. Now over here to your right is the Briscoe Western Museum. In the museum you'll find Santa Ana sword, Pancho Villa's last saddle, sculptures, longhorns, and the diorama of the Alamo. Straight ahead is the Presa Street Bridge. Presa means barricade or dam in Spanish. It used to be part of an aqueduct. When they tore down the aqueduct, they built this street bridge. They named it Presa in its honor. I like this bridge. This bridge knocked out one of my coworkers. He kind of deserved it though. He was driving in at the end of the night and he had his phone out and he was staring at it and he ran right into the bridge. You guys seem cool, so I'm going to show you how that went down, alright? Yeah, look back here. He had his phone out, right? Just like this. And last minute, the only thing you heard him say.
What happened?
Don't worry, I'm a trained professional. On your right, there's a small iron sculpture that's Father Massenet's table to commemorate the first Catholic Mass held here. It was conducted by Damien Massenet. It occurred June 13, 1691. The island it's on is made from the roots of the tree, and they call the island Marriage Island. It actually frequents 350 marriages a year on it. It's really romantic. My first 2 marriages were on that island. Now above you is the Navarro Street Bridge. In the early 1800s, they called this location Old Mill Crossing. Nate Lewis had a grist mill right here, and it was the perfect spot to cross the San Antonio River. It was frequently crossed by Teddy Roosevelt and his rough riders. Straight ahead, you'll see a red building with white window frames. That's the Homewood Suite. It used to be the San Antonio Drug Company from 1919 to 1963. There's another red building with a green colored roof. That one's my favorite. I've been there so many times, it feels like a second home. That is the Bexar County Courthouse. Built 1896, made of red sandstone and granite. To your left, stretching up 404 feet tall, is the Tower Life building. Neo-Gothic architecture. See the gargoyles way up top? The water spouts. When it rains, water flows through them and ends up down here on the river. It's all part of the building's drainage system. On top of the first floor, there's some weird faces. The faces are called grotesques. They're believed to ward off evil spirits and promote good luck. They do nothing. The building was in the movie Cloak and Dagger. Eisenhower used to have an office there before he became president. And I used to work in that building. Elevator operator. Yep, stood in the box for 8 hours a day, but now I drive in a circle, point things up. Dreams do come true. I'm going to back the boat up for a second so you guys can see this bird. These birds only hang out in the cypress trees. It's right here in the corner. It's the big gray bird. That is called a yellow crown night heron. Wow. Right now I want you to see what they look like because they hide in the trees and they do a good job if you're not looking for them. But they end up throwing things at you like angry birds, okay? So just keep your eyes open today, alright? It looks real, doesn't it? Yeah, that's a totally real bird.
What was it called again?
Yellow crown night heron. If we spot a female one, I'll point them out to you because they're the same but slightly different. You almost got them. I caught a duck once in the middle of a tour. I felt like a ninja for the whole day. It was pretty awesome. Now, coming up on our right, we'll go by the International Center. The International Center used to be a library. Now it holds offices, restaurants, and doubles as a marina. We actually hide half our Tower Life building changes shape. People say when you look back at it, it looks like a ship. Some people say it looks like the Titanic. They say if you squint your eyes, you can see Jack up front. Never let go. Over here on your right is where we hide our boats. Some of the guys we work with say it looks like they filmed the first Saw movie in there. It's creepy, don't go in there. When you leave at night, you can hear, "Do you want to play a game?" Now, all of you guys know how to swim, right? You don't know how to swim? You want to learn? Okay, this is what you're going to do, okay? After the tour, you're going to go to the movies, you're going to watch The Shallows, okay? And your dad's going to pick you up and throw you in the deep end of the pool, and he's going to yell, "Shark." I bet you'll get to the side of the pool. That's how my dad taught me to swim. He threw me in there and yelled, "Jaws." Yeah. This is just 20 feet deep right here, so if you guys can't swim, now's not a great time to fall in. But if one of you guys falls in, I will dive in after you. I want to be employee of the month. They built the flood channel because of a flood that occurred in 1921. Flood waters were 11 feet higher than street level. About a third of the city was underwater. The flood channel can drain the whole Riverwalk in about 8 hours. They actually do it once a year for maintenance purposes. Now, coming up on our right is the Drury Plaza Hotel. They gave us 850 feet of sidewalk, so you guys can walk in a continuous loop around the river without ever going up street level. It's a nice 2-mile walk. Also coming up on our left is Main Plaza. Main Plaza would be the geographical center of San Antonio, established 1731. As we cruise by Main Plaza, look up the staircase, and you'll see a church in the background. It's San Fernando Cathedral. It was built 1731, and they still hold mass there to this very day. It's a very old, very lovely church. Now, if you guys aren't doing anything later on today, go back to the church at 9, 9:30, or 10 tonight. There's a laser show at the church. It's called the Saga. They use the church as a canvas, they project images onto it, and it tells you the story of San Antonio. It's free, yeah. They do it every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday night, and 3 times a night, 9, 9:30, and 10. It's a really cool show. It's like music playing. Now, right in front of you is the oldest tree on the Riverwalk. That is a Montezuma cypress tree. They nicknamed it the Sniper Tree. Before the Battle of the Alamo, there was a guy up there with a rifle. He's not there anymore. He retired. But that tree is over 400 years old. It was planted on a Thursday. It's like a 1 in 7. I could be right. And right here's Floodgate 3. Floodgate 3 works like a guillotine. The gate works like a guillotine. It weighs 3 tons, and for the past 2 weeks, the gate's been malfunctioning and dropping without reason. It used to be so much more fun. When you guys got underneath it, check it out. There's a metal door right here. Don't get scared. Yeah, see, I would slam that shut, the whole boat would shake, and you would freak out, and I would laugh at you. I'm not allowed to do that anymore. People get really emotional, want to talk to a supervisor. Now, to your right, you'll see a tree growing out of the wall. When the flood came through here, it buried that tree in there, and it still grows to this very day. The roots go in the wall, then back into the river, so no one has to water it. It's like a chia pet. Remember those? Yeah. Also to your right is the Esquire, longest bar in Texas. The bar is 110 feet long, and it's the oldest bar on the Riverwalk. It opened the day Prohibition ended. Yeah, the moment they found out it was legal, they took down the haircut sign, they went right back to work. To your left, the Jury and Suite. See the first row of windows? See the 3 shields above the windows? Above those shields, how high the floodwaters were in 1921. Also coming up on our right, we'll go by the Aztec Theater. The Aztec opened 1926. It was a silent movie theater, and they remodeled it, started showing silent films yet again, because silent films were so exciting the first time around. They had a live Western show, and now they have concerts there on the weekend. Now, did any of you guys see the movie Selena? Jennifer Lopez played her. That bridge was in the movie. When she got married in the movie, her and her husband are sitting on that bridge together. And because of that movie, every night there's a random girl up there pretending to be Selena. It's happening right now. So if you want to come back, sit on a bridge and yell "Bitty Bitty Bomb Bomb," tonight's your night to shine. Have fun with it. Do the washing machine. To your right is a tan hotel. It's called the Mocara. The Mocara sits on the former site of L. Frank's saddlery. L. Frank Saddlery made saddlery for people like Teddy Roosevelt, Pancho Villa, and during World War I, they made saddlery for all Allied cavalry. On your left is the Omni La Mansion, the mansion. Started out as Sister Mary's School for Boys, later became Sister Mary's Academy and Sister Mary's Law School. They moved to a new location, 2 law students came back, purchased the building, and made it into the hotel it is today. The hotel was rated one of the top 5 hotels in the world, and it was on the show Lifestyles, The Rich and Famous twice. It doesn't count because one episode was a rerun, but it's really cool bragging rights if you think about it. I stayed there once, took a bag of Skittles, cost me $11. Saw a rainbow that night. It's beautiful. Now, when you folks come out from under the bridge, turn your head to the left. Look up as high as you can. The building on your left will appear to be a flat freestanding wall. So eyes left and up right about now. That is the Nix Hospital building, San Antonio's first surgeon's hospital. Anything from appendix to major surgery, all at one location. Also, Carol Burnett was born at that hospital. Right in front of you is the Hyatt. The Hyatt Regency was built short because the Alamo's a block behind it. It's illegal to cast a shadow onto the Alamo since it's a war memorial, so they built that hotel to a perfect height and never does it. They also put a shortcut that goes through there and takes you straight to the Alamo. How many of you have been to the Alamo? Awesome. Now, how many of you have been to the basement in the Alamo? Good, there's no basement in the Alamo. Huh? The bicycle? Okay, I get you. On a side note, this is just between us now because we've been hanging out for a while. If you're staying at the Hyatt, we can see into the windows from right here. It can be awkward. It can be amazing. It just depends. I was joking about it a couple weeks ago, and there was a couple on my boat, and they were like, we're staying there, and I'm like, I know. I've never seen them before, but yeah, it was just one of those weird things. Kids on the boat, the bridge above you is filled with bats. It's like Gotham City. When the sun goes down, the bats come out. You see the pillar right here? As we drive by, look back at it, look up to the top, see where it turns green and those 2 beams come together? It's a big hole by the beam, and that's where the bats come flying out from. Yeah, they circle around for a little bit, and then they go after the smallest person they can find. Now, you don't have to be the fastest, you just can't be the slowest. Trip somebody and run. My dad told me that, and I miss my brother. Should have been faster. On your right is the Casino Club building. It opened 1927. It was a German social club, an office building, but now it's a restaurant on the lower level and an apartment on the upper level. Alex Haley used to live there. He wrote Roots. And right here, River Square. Restaurants and shops. All the restaurants have a menu up front so you can see what kind of shenanigans to get yourself into. Steakhouse, Rainforest, ice cream place, chocolate factory, burger place, Mexican food, 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 Mexican food is an Italian place, Mexican food, and we do ribs. And there's Mexican food. What's weird is only 2 restaurants serve duck. Alright, you imagine you're outside, the waiter's like, which one do you want? Now, coming up on our right is the Clifford Building. The Clifford Building was the office of Robert H. Hugman, and Robert H. Hugman is the concept architect that designed the Riverwalk. Sidewalks, waterfalls, light fixtures, overhead bridges, you name it, he designed it. He's a local boy, he went to Brackenridge High School, and he graduated from the University of Texas with a degree in architecture. You can see his name on the umbrella, over above the umbrellas to your right. Hello again! You can see his office below the umbrellas, and you can see him. There's a bust of him here by the staircase to your right, the guy without arms, designed the Riverwalk. He had arms and a lower body, but we went with the bust, yeah. Coming up on your right, Casa Rio. Casa Rio is one of the oldest restaurants out here. It opened 1946. They introduced riverside dining and dining on boats. Tell you guys a secret, it's a Mexican restaurant. Yeah, I know, right? Shocker. Now, right in front of you is the Hilton Palacio del Rio, which means Hilton Palacio del Rio, Palace on the river. The Hilton's a 500-room hotel put together in 202 working days. How they built it so rapidly is the first 4 floors and the elevator shafts were built right here, and all the rooms were built on an assembly line 8 miles south of here. They brought the rooms in on flatbed trucks. They used 2 cranes and a helicopter. They picked up the rooms and they stacked them up like